Hey, we're live. It's a Feel Good Friday. How are you? I'm Paul Sullivan, a special guest in the what do we call this? The buyback studios. Jaime Lopez to my side here. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, it is a Feel Good Friday now. Yesterday and the day before, Billy and I, Billy and April on Wednesday had a whole lot of fun. Then yesterday we poked a little bit of fun, but today's the real Feel Good Friday, so it's legit. By the way, 'tis the season for the holidays, so if you're looking for that special gift, you can see we're sporting our Ninja here. We got Ninja here, right here, Billy Merritt Marketing on the side. So if I flip it, you can see Billy Merritt Marks. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can be at that. You can give a gift. Looking for a stocking stuffer, get your own little koozie. So pretty cool. So all kinds of that. You can go to billymerritt.com and you can order all kinds of cool stuff. We've got Smith, our producer. Happy Friday to you as well.
Thank you.
So, hey, can you click over to the store real quick?
Sure thing.
The Billy Merritt, billymerritt.com, and click over to the store. We can see some of the items. Yeah, so you can see there's different colors, and there's shirts, and there's V-necks, and of course Billy's book. You got the complete digital sales solution. By the way, the BDC Academy special going on right now. You can see it, Black Friday special still going on, even though it's a couple days or a couple of weeks, I should say, after Black Friday. That goes on until Christmas. So make sure that you get that if you want to buy that for yourself or somebody else. So again, that's billymerritt.com. So it is the season. I was off for a couple weeks. Had to stay out of the office. COVID. I didn't have it, but my girlfriend did. So I had to kind of stay out, just to be safe and all kind of things. Certainly 2020 has not been the year that we would all like to it. That we would
adjust and adapt.
Exactly. That's what we've been doing. Adjust and adapt. Us, the whole country, the whole world, that type of thing. But, trying to make the best of it. So, hey, Sarah Stalker, thank you very much.
Morning, Sarah.
Jaime is the social media influenced. Jamie's the man, by the way. He's not now. Smith's put him on my left, but he's typically my right hand man. So, but that's okay. He's my left hand man today. A lot of things going on with the holidays. So, Jaime, have you finished your Christmas shopping yet?
Still got to get my mom something for Christmas.
Still got to get mom something.
Very special.
I got to say, it's a little weird here in South Georgia because, it's not, I know it's chilly or it's cold for here, but it's, what is it, like 40 degrees right now?
I think it was about 32 this morning.
Was it 32 this morning?
Yes,
so we hit the freezing mark. For 1 hour, it was 32. All my northern friends, they got snow and it's much colder and all that kind of thing. But
I would like snow.
Say again?
I would love snow.
See, that's the thing. I don't really get into the whole holiday spirit. Kevin, who was on our show last week, Kevin Tianjero, we were talking about he was the Grinch and I was Scrooge. Now, are you kind of Scroogey or are you in the holiday spirit?
I'd say I'm in the holiday spirit.
Okay, so we got Scrooge and we got happy over here, Merry, all that kind of thing. So, what are some of the Christmas traditions that you guys do at your house?
Christmas traditions.
Mm-hmm. You guys put up a tree, obviously.
We put up the tree, Christmas lights. We do that every year. We also get a bunch of gifts for my sisters and my mom, my dad, cousins. We buy gifts for everybody.
So is the tree, are you a real tree guy or are you an artificial tree guy?
I would say artificial.
So have you ever done the real tree at your house?
No, sir.
It's a hassle. It's a major pain. I've done it a couple years, but yeah, I'm a fake tree guy.
I think it would be more harder if you was to get a real tree.
It is. It's a lot of work. If you put up the fake tree or the artificial tree, whatever you want to call it, if you put it up, plus now you can buy them where the lights are already in them. So, you basically just, now they come in a box. You kind of, break out the branches a little bit, fold them out. Mm-hmm. It's usually like 2 pieces, maybe 3, plug it in, done. You're good to go. You put some ornaments on there, things like that, but you get the real tree. Oh yeah. It's a hassle. You got to have you either strap it to the top of the car or maybe Smith, have you ever gotten a real tree?
I don't believe I have.
Because I would love to see you and Jaime. I'd love to see you guys driving down the road in Smith's car, trying to hold on to a tree on the top,
right.
A real tree. You're trying to tie that down, but it's just a pain. You got to go get the tree stand. You got to water it. Then when the year's over, when the holiday's over, and by the way, during the whole thing, if you got pets, and a real tree, it's even more work. A fake tree and a real tree's, it's a hassle when you got pets because they like to smack, all the ornaments and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of a hassle. But with a real tree, if they knock the real tree over, you don't just because there's water in the bottom, in the little tree stand holder. So it's just a huge mess. Been there, done that. Can you tell? Not that happened to me one year.
I think it would be a mess if you was to get a real tree, like messy.
It is. And then, you have the sap gets everywhere. So if you try to, pick it up or you try to maneuver it, you try to move it slightly, you get that stuff all over your hands. It's just a hassle. So I'm a fake tree guy. So if you're going to go with the tree, go with the fake tree. That's just my
It's
opinion.
easy to set up as well.
Now, one thing that I do like about the holiday season is the food.
Oh man, the food is really good.
Love the traditional holiday spread. I mean, like when I was growing up, we kind of did basically it was like Thanksgiving 2.0. I mean, we basically ate basically the same stuff that we did on Thanksgiving. Do you guys eat something unusual or different, something special for Christmas?
I would say it's the same as Thanksgiving. We got the turkey, we got the ham, the macaroni, baked beans, dumplings, all that good stuff.
Now, describe dumplings was one that stuck out in my head. Describe what are dumplings in your family? What do they look like? What do they taste like?
I know that there's chicken in it.
Okay, like are they like the flat kind of like flat noodle type, or are they the drop kind, or they look like a little ball?
I think it's the drop kind.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. First of all, I don't like dumplings. Period. And I don't. But my mom used to make, and I loved my mom's cooking. She's a great baker too. She makes all kinds of sweets. But dumplings, when I was a kid, it was like, to me, I described it as wet bread. It was just this glob of.
Actually, I think it may be the other one that you was talking about,
like on the flat.
Yes,
flat noodle type. I think so. I've had that. Again, I'm not really a fan. So I usually kind of stick. I stick away from that. If you will. But what about the sweets? Are you a pie guy? Do you like cake better? Cookies? What's your thing for Christmas?
I'd say cake.
Cake,
vanilla cake, real velvet cake, chocolate cake, pecan pie.
Well, it didn't take Smith. It didn't take him long to rattle a couple of those off. Jamie's a pretty quiet guy normally, but boy, you mentioned cake, man. He was just like on fire. He was just rolling through. So Smith, how about you? Are you a cake, cookie, or pie guy?
Cake. I'm trying to pull something up right here. There's a particular cake that my grandma makes like every year.
It's not a fruit cake, is it?
It's blueberry with like more whipped cream than can possibly be healthy.
Well, Christmas is definitely not, as far as the food, it's definitely not. Oh man, that looks really good. Is that it?
I gotta pull it up in the other tab.
Man, that's delicious. That looks awesome. The food is definitely not about being good for you,
right?
All that kind of thing. So some Christmas traditions when you were a kid. Did you guys open up presents on Christmas Eve, or did you do Christmas Day?
Christmas Day.
Did you do it in the morning like most people, or did you wait?
I'd say it'll be after we eat lunch.
Oh, so you guys waited.
Yep, we waited.
That must have been hard as a kid.
Yes,
like waking up, all your friends had already gotten all their toys, playing with their toys. You're like waiting for dinner to get over.
What we do is we basically make sure that everybody is there, because sometimes some family comes over late or whatnot, so we try to wait on the other kids to get there, and when everybody ate, that's when we open the presents.
Well, we had our tradition was on Christmas Eve. We always got pajamas when I was a kid. You got like a new set of pajamas. So we always got to open up pajamas on Christmas Eve so that you could wear them, and then you wear those to bed, and then you wake up Christmas morning and you have the little Christmas themed pajamas. And then we would open up ours, in the morning. But, nowadays, I have to say, there's so many split families, and, I hate to use the word broken because it's not really a broken family. It's a split. So, I mean, with people getting divorced, you got multiple places that you're trying to go to. So it's much harder than what it used to be.
I have 3 different families I have to go to.
Yeah.
Every Christmas now.
So, I mean, how about you, Smith? How many places do you have to go to?
Well, I mean, we don't have any splits, especially inside my direct family. Okay. But I mean, we go to my mother's side, which is a very different area than my father's side. That's about it, really. I mean, an extra 20-minute trip to go see my grandparents on my mom's side. It's fairly simple.
Yeah, so you can do yours really quickly then, can't you?
Yeah, well, it also helps that I live like 100 yards from my grandparents on my father's side. I mean, I can literally walk outside, walk to their house. We're here.
brings a whole new meaning to, we're going to make a trip to grandma's house. I got to walk. We got to walk 100 steps, to get to grandma's. No, that's actually pretty cool. If your family lives that close, obviously mine, all my family lives up north. So, I got to fly up or drive, I don't know, it's like 15 hours, which I swore I would never do again. I did the drive thing twice. And
oh boy,
I'm like, it sucks. I mean, I don't like the long road trips. I don't even like a couple hour road trips. I'm just not a big long trip driver. I mean, I don't mind doing it. You have to, you have to do it to see family. I get it. So, I mean, it's a sacrifice that you have to do, but yeah, I'm not really fond of that. So, Ricardo Morales, who's one of our ninjas, was asking Jamie, no Mexico traveling for Christmas this year?
We usually go, but due to the pandemic, the COVID restrictions, when you're traveling to a different country, we don't want to risk taking that to like my grandmother's house,
Sure.
So we were planning on going this year, but when all this came down, we just decided to do our tradition at the house, and then maybe next year we'll go.
Well, I mean, my family's in the same country, but I did the same thing because of all the restrictions. And, my mom's much older and she, she lives in a retirement type, assisted living type place. So they have all kinds of restrictions. And again, I don't want to, I don't want to bring that just in case if you're on the plane, you're in a small confined area with a lot of people, even with the mask, you just kind of want to play it safe. So I opted not to go this year. It's the first time I haven't been in a really long time that I have. Now, I'm not usually there like on Christmas. I'll fly up, 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, but it's always Christmas-y. You know what I mean? It's, the holidays, the tree's up, and, we do giving for me, at least with my family when I go visit. And I usually try to talk my, one of my sisters, Maggie, is typically where we go to eat. I usually try to talk her into having a Christmas dinner, like the spread when I'm there, and then they have to do it again like 2 or 3 weeks when the actual holiday comes. But so this year, not a lot going on. So I do feel a little bit Scroogey, I guess.
Do you guys end up having the whole, we made 2 or 3 times as much food as we needed?
Yes.
We do that
every
on
time.
purpose. I mean, we do that on purpose. That's what my family does.
Okay.
Do you guys do that?
Leftovers is the good part.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's one of the downsides, about going to someone else's house for the holidays is you don't get all the leftovers. Because, like when they say, hey, would you like to take some of this home? I mean, you're not gonna like grab the whole turkey. Like, yes, I do. I will take this home. So, they put it in a little container, a small container,
right?
Like one serving, if you will. You get that one little serving. Yeah, because I love. I mean, the turkey, the stuffing, the cranberries, all that kind of. I love that stuff. That's my absolute favorite.
And just while you were just talking about leftovers, usually when we're at my aunt's house, I have my cousins. They see that there's food left over, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna take a big plate of it." So they just cram the food on the plate for the leftovers.
They're not proud. Well, see, it's different. If I get to make my own plate, and no one's watching, well, especially if they have tinfoil. Like if they're going to give you a paper plate where you have tinfoil, you can hide that. Yeah, but when they give you the clear container, then you're like, now everybody's going to see it. You see how much you cram in there, all that kind of
right.
thing.
Then when your aunts are looking, they're like, Jesus, you're taking a lot of food because it's being hidden under the tinfoil.
Exactly. That's why I love the tinfoil. That's the cover up, if you will. So who's your aunt? Give a shout out to your aunt.
Kay Perez.
Okay. And some of your other family members that might be watching today on this Feel Good Friday.
My mom, Jaime Lopez. Who else? I think them are the only 2 that would be.
Give a couple shout outs to some of our ninjas. They're watching. I know they are.
I know we got Ricardo watching. Who else we got watching?
Well, we know Sarah Stalker. I mean, Felipe's behind us. Kevin's behind us. Let's see. We've got
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn, Peyton. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them behind us that are, they're working, but they're listening to us live. They're back behind the counter. You can't see it really behind us or whatever. So what about Christmas cookies? Did you guys make Christmas cookies when you were little?
I don't think we did.
I mean, that was always a big thing at my house. It was like a big deal. We would decorate, like we'd make sugar cookies. My mom would make a whole bunch of different kinds, but as a kid, with a sugar cookie, it was easy. It was easy to decorate, and she would bring out all the stuff. And I mean, my family, they still do that every year. I'm just not there for it. But they they'd make, my mom would make, I don't even remember. I know my mom's watching. So, I don't know how many different types of cookies that we made. I know there was probably at least 30 at one time. I mean, like we would make 30 in a row. You'd make it over, over a couple days or whatever, a couple weeks, maybe even. But like when I was very young, and my mom would, she would babysit in our house, and she would make these little cookie platters, if you will, cookie plates, and she would give those away to all the moms and dads when they would pick up their kids. So it was always kind of a cool thing. So
the sugar cookies are really good.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, I'm like, favorite type of Christmas cookie for you. What do you think?
I'd say the vanilla kind.
The vanilla kind. Well, you're gonna have to give me more than that. The vanilla kind.
I don't know. I'd have to do.
Oh, that's a good call. See, we need my mom to send us a big sampler.
Yes,
that's a good one. Nice setup, Jamie. And I promise, Mom, I promise I didn't have him do that, but that's a really good idea. Way to go, Jamie. That's what I'm talking about. So we want that sampler platter of cookies. There's my mom. Thumbprints, toffee squares, spritz. Spritz is it's a similar type of sugar cookie. It's a little small sugar cookie. You use the what do they call it, the cookie shooter, whatever. Like you put the dough in there and you spread the thing, and it spreads out, makes it like a little. So it was like a gun. I mean, and as a kid, we had the crank, like the manual one. So you would crank it, and the dough would come out and it would spread out, real thin. But then later on, then we got the powered one, and we got the super shooter. That's what it was called. It was electric. So you had purr, 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 purr. So that was a whole lot of fun as kids. But we do that now with my nieces, my great nieces, and the whole family kind of gets together. So it's always been just kind of a fun thing. So curious, those of you that are watching, and again, we got quite a few comments that we'll have to go back and visit here real quick. But Jane Nichols Schenk, she's really like my extended family. She's been a part of our family. She always visits us on holidays for a really long time. So I treat her like she's my sister. But Peanut Blossoms, those are the peanut butter cookies that have the chocolate kiss smushed in the middle. So they're round. You know what I'm talking about? Or you guys are looking at me like I'm from another planet. It's a peanut butter cookie, so it's round. All right, it's a round peanut butter cookie, and then it has the actual Hershey's Kiss is set in the middle. Smith, look it up. I mean,
yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Look up Peanut Blossoms. You can see it. I'm not crazy. See those. You guys have seen those, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
See, you just didn't know they were called Peanut Blossoms.
They look a lot like T-Fills.
What do you call them?
They look sort of like T-Fills.
I know what those are, but they're not the same.
Right.
Yeah.
I figured they look yummy.
They are. They're really good. So that's a good call. So we want to know, if you're watching today, what's your favorite Christmas cookie? So comment on there. What's your favorite Christmas cookie is? There's my sister, Holly Leaves for green teeth. Those were the it was if I remember right, it was cornflakes. I think it was marshmallows and something else, probably sugar. And then you'd use green food coloring. So it'd make it look like a holly leaf, if you know what a holly leaf looks like. Look it up, Smith. Holy cow. Man, you guys are looking at me like I'm high.
I'm looking at the comments.
Holly leaves. All right, now holly leaf cookie. Put holly leaves cookie.
That makes sense.
See if that pulls up. So see those.
I think I've seen them.
Can you see that? Yeah, all right. No, like the first one.
Like
this? There, that one right there. That's it. There it is. See how you kind of smush it together, and then you put Red Hots. You put Red Hots in the middle as like the little berries is what you buy. By the way, speaking of Red Hots, big shout out to my stepbrother, Roy Moore. He'll know Red Hots. He'll understand. It's an inside joke. So, but Roy Moore, my stepbrother, with Red Hots, he loves those. So what are some of the comments that we got there going on?
All right. Just quickly before we pass over this one, Chad Walker Gay says, all the guys from Cowboy Kia say Merry Christmas. Absolutely. Chad, one of our staffers who's out there out in Texas. By the way,
he's a good traveler.
Chad is on the road a lot. I mean, he is on he is on the road a lot. So a big shout out to his wife and their family who kind of accept that as part of his role. So again, he's definitely a road warrior. He's on the road probably. I wouldn't even say probably. I would say he is
every week.
He's on the road more than he's at home. That'd be my guess. Or pretty dang close to 50-50. So, I mean, he's on the road he's on the road a lot. So an absolute holiday shout out to Chad.
What's Kevin say?
Kevin say?
Yep.
Said 118 North
North
Pearl
Pearl
Avenue, Douglas, Georgia 31533 is where she can send the sample.
That's right. Thanks, Kevin, for that address. There it is, Mom. There's the address. And anybody else that would like to send samplers, of their favorite Christmas cookies, you got a week to get them here. So I mean, you got plenty of time. So send those cookies to that address, 118 North Pearl. That's where we're at here in the
Call
buyback studios, the call center, whatever you want to call it. At the home base, our corporate office. We got a lot of names. For it. So what are some of the other ones that we got there going on?
Cookies are my enemy.
Poor Ethan. I mean, he can't have the sugar. So, cookies. So I'm curious, Ethan, what are some of your go-to things for the holidays? So Ethan, if you're still there, because I know we sent that a little while ago. But Ethan, if you're still watching, what's one of your go-tos that we can actually include for the holidays? What's something that you can actually eat or enjoy for the holidays that you can actually enjoy with your? You call it a condition? I mean, what do you
say?
Yeah, well, I mean, do you call it a? Not really. You don't want to say a condition.
That's kind of hard.
I don't know, man.
So Felipe, what should we call Ethan's? Is it a condition? Is it a situation? What do you call it?
That's what I was thinking.
Situation. Ethan's situation. There we go. Thanks a lot, Felipe, for that help. Who else we got? What other comments we got?
Chocolate chip.
Felipe, that's not a holiday cookie, I gotta say. I mean, that's just standard. You can get that all the time, but that's okay. If that's your favorite, then that's your. So, Felipe, do you actually eat those on Christmas? Do you actually eat chocolate chip cookies on Christmas? No. So, hey, thanks for playing, Felipe. Really appreciate that. Your favorite Christmas cookie, and he throws out chocolate chip, but I do not eat them on Christmas. So thanks a lot, Felipe. I obviously didn't didn't listen to the directions, but that's okay. Because he's working. See, I mean, he's trying to listen to us. He's trying to, help our customers out, all that kind of thing. Who else we got?
I can't remember which ones we were talking about.
Are my favorite.
One of them.
Glenn Paul Roberts. I went to high school with him, and I mean, a lot of it, because again, we would bring cookies to school. Like, people would bring the little platters to school for your friends to try, and all that kind of stuff. So there were a lot, that we would bring, and it's tough. I mean, if I had to choose one, I'm not sure I could choose just one, like what my favorite one would be. There's a lot of them. I know for a really long time, I would always ask my mom to make cream wafers, is what they were called. They were one of the hardest things for my mom to make, and they were really, really light because they were homemade. So they were very light. It was it looked like a sandwich cookie. Okay. But they were really light layers. So the two cookies, if you will, were really light layers. And then you would have, I don't know, some kind of frosting, whatever that was in the middle. But they were really light. I mean, like super fragile. So you would try to make them, they'd break, and my mom would get irritated. They still tasted fine if they were broken, but those were always my favorite when I was a kid. And then it always took so much work, and it was, so much harder to make those than other ones. So then they kind of got pushed off to the wayside. Toffee squares. I don't even really think those are what I would consider a holiday cookie. My sister Maggie makes, she used to make those all the time, toffee squares. But again, Chris, the sugar cookie, I think, is probably the standard.
Yeah.
Like most people, think of Christmas. That's what they think of.
I do also really like the, what are the ones that have either white chocolate or macadamia with the little raspberry pieces?
I don't know if I've had that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just something I pick up in Walmart a lot during this time of year. I don't know what they're called.
Now I do know it's the little white it's got like powdered sugar on the outside. If anybody can help me with that. I know the store brand used to be Ruth's Cashew Supremes, but that was the one I would buy at the store, but I don't know what you call them when you make them, but it was a white cookie, and it had like little tiny, pieces of, like little nut pieces in it. It was very light, but they were about this big around, and they'd have powdered sugar all on the outside. So I don't know what you call those, but they were delicious. You could just pop those. I mean, like nobody's business. So like those are really good. Divinity. You know what I'm talking about when I say Divinity?
Yes.
Never been a fan.
Oh.
I don't know what's in Divinity, but it is not divine to me. It's just not. Do you know what Divinity is, Jamie?
No, sir.
Yeah, can you pull that up? Smith?
Sure.
Divinity, it's white. I know it's full of sugar. I mean, it's white, and it's just kind of like usually just kind of plop it on the pan.
Well, when it's fresh,
yes.
it's
I've
like
seen them.
sort of sticky.
Is it like meringue? Is that what it is? It's almost like meringue. I should have my mom on the show. Too late now. Should have had my mom.
Does it look good?
Yeah, I don't know what it. I just never really cared much, for it. I mean, there's a lot of different pictures that he's got going on there. but I was never a huge fan. But a lot of people, Divinity is one of their all-time favorites for the. Yeah, see, like that does not look attractive at all. Can everyone else see that?
Best.
Can everyone else see that?
Yes.
Is that on the screen? Okay.
Yes.
That's that one over there. Can you move the cursor so they can see
When it's
the
nice,
the big
and
picture to
wet
the right?
and sticky.
Yeah, that does not look attractive at all. That does not look appetizing, at all. Dory, who's our office manager. Yeah, she was trying to go around the back. Come here, Dory. Come here, Dory. What's your favorite Christmas cookie? This is something you can answer. It's easy. What's your favorite Christmas cookie? Dory, who's our office manager, keeps us all in check. Hello, Dory. So what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
I don't know, you're not gonna think this is good, but
Icebox fruitcake cookies. Actually, I have had those, and they're not bad. I mean, I wouldn't call it my favorite, but it's way better than do you actually like fruitcake then?
I do like a little bit of it.
But yeah, the cookie,
It's totally different.
yes,
than the cake.
it is. It's got a little bit of the fruitcake flavor
Yeah.
without all that, kind of gummy, gumminess or whatever. Sorry, are you an artificial tree or a real tree person?
I have always been a real tree person. I've had an issue with people who put up fake trees.
Uh-oh.
So, but now, since I'm older and it's just me at the house, I do put up a fake tree.
So do you have a tree up this year?
I have two.
Oh, look at there. See, all right. Well, then I'm going to
two
claim
trees.
one of yours since you put up two. One of those is mine.
Okay.
Dory just put up one for me.
I did that. For
So yeah, I haven't put up a tree in a long time. Well, because I don't have any little kids.
Well, I don't either, but it's just I don't know. I'm big on the Christmas thing.
So
Christmas
you are
spirit.
definitely in the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So when did you start Christmas shopping?
Probably early November.
Oh, that's not bad. So you're not one of those where it's like it's May.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, this would be the perfect thing for someone. So you're not one of those. Not one of those shoppers. Now, do you do a lot of shopping locally or are you online?
I try to do shop local,
Mhm.
but this year I did do a lot online.
Well, the whole COVID thing is really, throwing a wrench in gears of everything, but even shopping. A lot of people did that this year that don't normally. They normally go local shopping, but they ordered online, this year. So, well, thank you, Dory, for being on the show today. Dory's, she never wants to do the show, but I always make her, just, do a little bit. Do a little bit. So what else we got there? Smith, for comments.
Gingerbread cookies for the win.
Oh, no, that's a good call.
Yes.
That's a good call. Brooklyn, I got to admit, I do like the gingerbread cookies. Did you ever make the gingerbread house? Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Get the kit?
I think I did.
Did yours look like the box?
No.
Yeah, because I was going to
No.
say, I don't think we did it maybe just once or twice when I was much younger, when I was a kid. With my nieces and nephews, I was there a couple of years where we built them. They never look like the box. I don't know who's making those on the box, but it never looks the same.
No.
And then also the other thing is too, when you make the gingerbread house, do you actually eat it?
Kind of feels wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we never did. Well, because it usually would sit out. You'd make it like 2 weeks in advance, sit out and, it'd get all hard and crusty. So, who wants that? There's Brooklyn, by the way, she's being a trooper. She's really not feeling very well. So we hope that she feels a little bit better. She does not have COVID. So don't jump to conclusions there, Kevin. Kevin, Tina Harrells, send her home.
Speak of the devil.
So what else we got there?
Cliff protein bars.
Cliff protein bars. What the heck? Kevin, Tina Harrell, he's like a workout beast. I mean, this guy, he goes to the gym all the time. I'm curious. Kevin, come here for a minute. I'm curious, like most people, Jamie, you probably do this. Most people around the holidays, most people put on, a few pounds.
Yes. Yes.
So Kevin, who's like a workout beast, you probably lose weight during the holiday season, don't you? See, I mean, this guy, how many times a week do you go to the gym?
I try to go every day.
So, I mean, do you go more than once a day sometimes?
No.
So, just one time, that's your max, so what do you, too much of a wimp to go twice a day? I'm trying to call him out. No. So, hey, well, I know you're not a big sweets guy. So, I mean, I know you put the Cliff protein bars, but is there a holiday, like a Christmas cookie or something like that? That's one that you actually like?
The gingerbread.
The gingerbread. Yeah. Gingerbread. So another vote for the gingerbread. So big things for the holidays. Are any of you guys traveling or any of you guys going anywhere out of town?
No, sir.
So everybody's staying home. See that's kind of the thing. So, well, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Go eat one of them Cliff protein bars. Kevin, he's the workout beast. That's what I call him.
He eats them so we don't have to.
That's it. And I thank him for it. I thank him for it. So what else we got?
Felipe talking about his ketosis again.
I'd eat cookies this Christmas, but it would break my state of ketosis. So Felipe, how long you doing this keto thing? About 3 hours. It's a lifestyle choice. That's what he's doing. Who else we got?
Charlie Mizell.
Chocolate chip cookies are good year round.
I do not disagree with Charlie. I do not disagree with him whatsoever. I was just saying, as far as a favorite Christmas cookie, what would it be? I mean, think about it. There's certain cookies that you only get at Christmas. So here would be my question for Charlie and Felipe and all the other people that like chocolate chip cookies. So you go to a Christmas party. There's a platter of cookies, all these different Christmas cookies, all different types of cookies, and there's chocolate chip on that platter. Who is grabbing the chocolate chip cookie? Charlie, are you grabbing the chocolate chip cookie? I don't think so.
Chocolate chip.
I'll probably still grab at least one.
For real.
One.
Yeah.
You got a platter of different types of cookies.
Chocolate chip.
And you're going to go with the chocolate
I mean,
chip.
just about the only thing I'm going to pick over chocolate chip is like a turtle cookie or something like that.
A turtle cookie.
Yeah.
What exactly is a turtle cookie?
Like caramel and pecans. And
Okay. Like the candy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
I had to ask. I mean, I'm from the North, so sometimes the Southern thing, it doesn't translate. So I had to make sure. So the turtle cookie. Yeah, actually, we would make homemade turtles.
Oh.
So I mean, you get the two pecans and my mom would make homemade caramel. We're going to get on that again.
Caramel.
Yeah, caramel, whatever you want to call it. And then we just put like 2 little Hershey squares, on top, and then you bake them.
Uh-huh.
They were way better than the store-bought ones. I got to say.
I believe it.
Those are really good. Something else, she would make homemade toffee. So like, again, homemade caramels or caramels, if you will, for Smith. That was always good. What about some snacks that are Christmassy? Besides cookies. I mean, is there a Christmas snack that, like, if I say, hey, something that's a snack for Christmas, what do you think, Smith? What comes to mind?
I immediately think of that cake. To be honest,
You just can't get the cake out of it.
Let's show them one more time.
I'd
Just
say the
look
cake
at
too.
it.
So like no types of snacks. Like we would make my sisters would make what do you call it? Chex Mix. Like homemade Chex Mix.
Mhm.
You buy the Chex Mix, you make it yourself instead of the store-bought kind.
I guess the only thing I could think of, what is that? What is that like? That green goopy stuff.
Well, boy, that sounds delicious.
What is?
Hey, wait, can I get some of that green goopy stuff? Are you talking about perhaps guacamole?
No, it's
That's
sweet.
green goopy stuff.
Yeah, guacamole.
So what is the green goopy stuff that you're talking about?
I want to say it has like a sweet minty flavor.
Sweet, minty, green goopy.
Yes.
Boy, that sounds delicious.
I don't know.
Sweet, minty, green goopy.
I honestly hardly ever eat these things, so I have no idea what it's called.
I don't really know. I mean, do you cut it? Do you cut it like cake or
No,
you
it's
spoon it?
Spoon it.
Okay. So if anyone can throw Smith a lifeline here and help us with the green, minty, goopy, that's supposed to be delicious. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know. But one thing, one of my best friends when I was in school, Jim Roderick, his mom would make homemade caramel corn. There we go. Caramel corn, whatever you want to call it. But that was like the best I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was always awesome. She was always nice enough. She always gave me like a big Ziploc bag.
Pistachio.
Oh, pistachio. Okay.
That's what it
so like
is.
thank you, Candace Smith for cluing us in as
Saved my life.
Smith was going green goopy stuff. Yeah. So the pistachio. Okay. I know what you're talking about. It has like Cool Whip or something in it. It's light. It's got little
real
pieces of-
fluffy.
Yeah. Okay. I know what you mean now.
Yeah, maybe goopy wasn't the right
Yeah. The
word.
pistachio, doesn't that sound a lot better than green minty goopy
Yes,
stuff?
definitely.
That sounds pretty gross. Actually pretty nasty.
What's he gonna say?
So
My mom will make a sugar-free pecan pie with Splenda,
Oh.
and it's pretty good.
I'll bet that is. I got to say, if you've ever had Splenda, it's pretty good. Oh, thank you there. Thank you very much, by the way. Diabetes, it's not a condition. It's not a situation. It's a disease. So there we go. Thank you, Ethan, for playing along. Who else do we have for comments today?
Nut cups.
Nut cups. I forgot those. I love those. Now, again, those aren't necessarily holiday, but they're awesome. Nut cups are like they look like little small pecan pies.
Oh
Those. Yeah. Those are awesome. And she's not even my aunt, but I've called her Aunt Sandy forever. It's actually my brother-in-law, his aunt, and Aunt Sandy, because they've been married for a really long time. I'm sure that my sister and my brother-in-law love that. They'll love that comment when I say a really, really long time. They've been married a really, really long time. So I've known them for quite a while, and I've known Aunt Sandy. So again, they would always say Aunt Sandy. So I just started calling her Aunt Sandy whenever she was around. And she makes homemade nut cups, and those are the absolute best. I mean, those are absolutely the best. I usually try to request those before I come. Like if I make a trip up to Chicago to see my family, my sisters they'll always be like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And I'll say the kind of the similar. I'll usually just say like the same 3 or 4 things. I want to get a Chicago style hot dog. That's number one. Like you don't make those homemade. You just like go to a restaurant. Yep. But a Chicago style hot dog, I want that probably 2 or 3 times while I'm there. I always want Italian beef. Like Italian beef sandwiches. I always want masticholi. My sister Maggie uses her mother-in-law's, I think it was, recipe, but it's homemade masticholi. It's flipping phenomenal. I always request that. That's the best. And then as far as sweets, I would say nut cups from Aunt Sandy. Usually there's a dessert called Chocolate Delight. It's not really Christmassy, but like it's got like it's either graham cracker crust or crushed nuts on the bottom. And it's like, I think it's chocolate pudding. I think it's chocolate pudding, and then there's whipped cream or Cool Whip or whatever on the top, and then they put those little mini chocolate chips on the top. But I don't know, it's really good. It's very light, but it's mighty tasty. So I always get that, and then
a lot of different textures.
Yeah, and then
sounds
my mom,
good too.
Now, do you guys eat different breads? Like if I say like banana bread or zucchini bread or something like that, do you guys eat that?
I like banana bread. I've never tried
that
zucchini.
To me
bread.
is always like a treat. And my mom used to make that when I was a kid. And she used to make it for me, and I would pack it in my suitcase. I haven't done it in a while. I mean, not because she doesn't want to make it. I usually just say I don't have a lot of room in my bag. But what was funny was she would make like the mini loaves, the mini loaves of bread, and she'd wrap them in tinfoil, right? So you stick 3 or 4 of those in a suitcase and you go through the X-ray machine. It's like, it's homemade bread. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, open up the bag. And they would always look, and then they would have to open it, and it would be, yeah, it is. It's actually homemade bread. But that was always kind of a big deal too.
Jeez.
We do that. Hey, favorite Christmas songs. Want to get Peyton Haney, who's one of our ninjas. She is an absolute lover of Christmas songs. We talked about this last week a little bit about when was the right time to start playing Christmas songs, all that kind of stuff. So what's your favorite Christmas song? Smith, you got one?
Probably between the Eagles' Please Come Home for Christmas.
Good call.
And Make It Snow by Tyler Carter.
Oh, that's a good call too. Good call.
Make it snow.
How about you? You got a favorite Christmas song?
I don't think so.
So I know Peyton's working. Peyton, can you get away for just a minute?
We do listen to the Feliz Navidad a lot.
Yes, we play that. Well, multicultural, multicultural office here. Peyton, I know you can hear me. She's trying to act like she can't hear me. Yes.
Yep. Come on.
So she is kind of like our Christmas queen, if you will. Like she's like our Christmas queen, basically. So you love Christmas music. So when do you start listening to Christmas music?
Whenever my happy little soul wants to listen to Christmas
So
music.
it's the middle of summer, and you're gonna throw some Christmas music on.
If I feel like it, I will.
Have you done
it's
that?
no.
Yeah,
I really haven't. But I mean, it's just whenever I feel like it, for
So
the most part. But like, I start playing like Christmas music like religiously, probably after Halloween, because I mean,
yeah, I can see
it's
that.
Christmas until Thanksgiving Day, and then after, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
I gotcha. Yeah, so like pretty much after Halloween, then you put on the Christmas music. So all right, so first, I know there's a lot of them that you like, but what's your go-to? What's the first one you play every year for the season? What's the first one you play?
Mary, did you know about Pentatonics?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
It's a
that's a
good
good one. I
That's
listened to that
actually a
one, too.
really good. That whole album is really
Yeah,
good. They do
the
a
whole,
really good
they're
job.
very talented.
So,
yeah.
all right. So, as much of a Christmas music lover that you are, what's a Christmas song that you don't like to hear?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
So, all right. So, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you rather hear, if you had to hear it, would you rather hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? Which one would you pick? If you had to pick
Probably
one.
Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, you really hate Rudolph, don't you? She really hates Rudolph.
It's just a stupid song to me. It's just,
Oh, and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is very religious. I mean, it's
That's
it's
horrible.
meaningful.
I
it's
feel
meaningful.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is meant for like toddlers, like little, like hey, you
Gotcha.
can play it for like little kids, but as far as me,
So do you like, Santa Claus is coming to town?
Yeah.
Oh, but that's not for toddlers.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Poor Rudolph, man. Poor Rudolph. They wouldn't let him play the reindeer games, and Peyton won't play the song. So poor
Hey,
Rudolph. Well, thank you,
poor
Peyton.
Rudolph.
And Merry Christmas to you and yours. So again, a lot of different Christmas songs. What are some of the comments that we got going on there, Smith?
Okay, can I just rattle some off?
Absolutely. Rattle them off.
Okay. Charlie Mizell says, I did say all year.
Okay, that's
Referring
about
to
that's
the-
about the chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. Mary Sullivan says, good to something.
Probably all of it.
Jane Nichols Shink says, oh my God, cream wafers are awesome.
Mhm.
Janet Sullivan says, buttercream frosting in the middle of the cream
See,
wafers.
can you tell my family digs the cream wafers? Everybody knows everything about it.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to try them.
They're hard to come by, I gotta say. Oh, Russian tea cakes. That's what
Mm.
those little white ones, where I said they were called Ruth's Cashew Supremes or whatever at the store.
Oh, okay.
I would buy them in the store. Little Russian tea cakes. Those are the little white ones with the powdered sugar on them.
Cool.
So I do like those. Those are really good.
Janet Sullivan says, tea cakes or wedding cakes.
Yep.
I
Those are
love
little
tea
white ones.
cakes. Candace Smith says, divinity is caro syrup, sugar, and egg.
See,
So that's
that
stuff you
does
really
not
don't
sound
like.
good at all. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, Ethan, if he looked at Divinity, would probably go into a state of shock. I mean, that stuff is just wicked.
I love
Hey, there's
it.
Maddie.
Hey, man.
Maddie, she's trying to sneak behind us too.
Everybody
Maddie's one of our ninjas. Hey, Maddie, come here for a minute. So, what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
You know those little sugar cookies at Walmart, little tiny ones?
Mhm.
Cinnamon? I love those.
She likes the little tiny ones, little tiny Christmas. And
Mhm.
favorite Christmas song?
Oh, no.
You don't do Christmas songs?
Mm.
Oh man, we're gonna have her sit next to Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton loves to play Christmas songs all day long, so we're gonna have Maddie sit next to her and get her in the Christmas spirit. I thought I was Scroogey. Man, oh man, you're Scroogess. You're the Scroogess. I'll be the Scrooge. You can be the Scroogess. So now, do you like any Christmas songs for real? Any of them?
Somewhat Jingle Bells. That's
Jingle
about it.
bells. She likes Jingle
Jingle
Bells,
Bells.
but doesn't like
Basically.
other ones. So, but wait. Here's the question: Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Is it a yes or a no for you? It's a no. Okay. Well, she can sit by Peyton. Merry Christmas to you and yours. So, what other comments? Blow through them there, Smith. I
Mary Sullivan Moore says, egg whites and sugar.
don't know what
I can't.
Divinity.
I don't remember. Perhaps.
Oh, that's probably added. I don't know what it is. I don't like Divinity.
Jane Nickel Shink says, look at all these comments. See, just talk about
That's it.
food.
You talk about food, my family's all in. Friends and family all around. Everybody loves food in the holidays.
Mary Sullivan Moore says, don't forget homemade caramels, fudge, homemade turtles for candy. Mr. Roderick's caramel.
That's Roderick, by the
corn.
way.
Wait, what now?
They pronounce it Roderick.
Roderick.
Yep.
Okay.
I know the entire world pronounces it Roderick. My friend calls it Roderick.
Understood.
If you split it in half, RODE,
Mhm.
Road,
Yes.
and then Rick, Road, Rick.
Yeah, it's kind of like we used to call my friend Patrick, Pat Rick.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. So, yes, I mentioned. I did not mention fudge. In fact, I think Felipe and I were the ones that were talking about fudge, or maybe it was Kevin. We were talking about. I like fudge, but man, it's so sweet.
So
I mean,
rich.
one piece like for an entire year, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good with fudge. You
It
like fudge?
immediately drives
Yes,
my teeth
it's
crazy.
really good.
Can you eat more than one piece?
It'll be too sweet.
Now,
It
and,
just
and here's the
keep-
other thing too. So let me see. Just like hold your fingers up. What size piece is a good size piece for fudge?
I'll say about that.
Man, hold that up so people can see it. Holy cow!
That's
Jam-
too much.
Yes, I'm talking like a
But it's-
quarter of that.
it's-
I mean, it's like to me, it's like teeny. It might be like half an inch. A square. Very small amount for me. I love it. Tastes really good, but man, oh man, is it sweet. So what else we got?
Felipe says Kevin Tinajero is just a specimen.
He is. He's a specimen. Him and his what was it? The protein whatever.
Cliff bars.
yeah, protein Cliff bars. Yeah, that's his treat. Unbelievable. Favorite Christmas song, Jamie? Do you have one?
Favorite Christmas. I'd say Merry, Did You Know?
Merritt, good
That's a
call.
good one.
Merry,
So,
Did You Know?
a lot more on the serious side. Me on the other hand, I went completely rock and roll. I am. That's what I do. I like the rock stuff. Billy Squire. Christmas time is the time to say I love you. That's a Christmas rock tune. Go check that out, Billy Squire. And by the way, it was never on an album. It was only a single. It was only released as a single. So, but yeah, Christmas time is the time to say I love you. Love that one. Which brings me to the point. Good segue there, by the way.
Yes.
The classic rock revisit today. We do this every week. Talk about a classic rock album that maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. If you have heard it, it's just a good way to remind you to go, hey, go revisit it. If you haven't heard it before, go check it out and listen to it for the first time. Speaking of Billy Squier, my sister Janet, got to give her kudos for this one. This is absolutely all her. She influenced me huge on Billy Squier. The album 1981 called Don't Say No. Smith's going to pull it up there. There you go. Billy Squier's Don't Say No. This thing in 1981, every single song on this record is awesome. I mean, Jamie, I know you probably weren't even born in 1981. Am I correct?
That's correct.
That's what I thought. So Jamie wasn't even born yet. But most people will know, they'll know Billy Squier, The Stroke, or the song where the chorus is Stroke Me. Stroke me. You guys know the song. You would know that if you heard that one. And a couple other singles, My Kind of Lover and Lonely is the Night. But there's, I always talk about, I love the singles. And again, every single song in this album is awesome. So go check out Billy Squier's Don't Say No. But one that you want to pay attention to is 2 Days Gone. And it's spelled TOO, like two, and then days, DAZE. Like, in a days, 2 days gone, really good stuff on there. But again, every single song on Don't Say No from 1981, Billy Squier is awesome. This guy, I never got to see him play live in concert, and he's getting up there in years. And of course, with COVID, no live music going on. So it's been rough. So I'm hoping I get an opportunity to see. Have you ever even heard of Billy Squier?
I have not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll have to check him out.
He was like, I think your mom was probably a teenager when Billy Squier's album came out. Maybe. That's how much of an age difference there is. No, love that album though. Go check it out. Billy Squier's Don't Say No. Smith, any other comments that we got going on?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure my sister Janet's probably going to comment about that album. Her and everybody I knew played the crap out of that album.
Glenn Paul Roberts says Swedish Kringla cookies looks like a white soft pretzel are good.
Never heard of those. I got to try those. Kringla cookies. Swedish Kringla cookies.
Dory Lotch Schofield says Virginia bound for me.
Dory's traveling. We were talking about going out of town, so she's going to be actually one of those people traveling. So safe travels for her and everybody else who's traveling for the holidays.
Felipe 18 Harrow says if they are like Bobby's Treat Shop chocolate chip cookies, I might pick them over the food.
Oh, look at Felipe.
Hard agree.
Holy moly.
Those are so good.
I've never had those.
They're great. They're like this big.
I've never had as Sean's off screen and goes, they're like this big. So
they're like as big around as a CD.
They're like this big.
Wow.
I think that's what he was talking about. They're like this big. So now are the Bobby's chocolate chip cookies? Are they like the crispy kind that crumble when you bite into them, or are they like the soft, chewy kind when you bite into them?
I'd say they're soft when they're fresh for sure. I mean, they're not going to stay that way very long.
Well, no, because if they're made fresh, I mean, I'm not saying leave them out for 3 days and then eat them when they're hard as a rock. So, Jamie, how about you? Chocolate chip cookies. I know you said you love those. Do you like them where they're kind of crispy, crunchy, or do you like them when they're soft and chewy?
I say soft and chewy. Best part.
I like the soft, chewy kind. My mom, probably best known at my grade school, for her chocolate chip cookies. Best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had in my life. And that's not because she's my mom. All the kids in my class used to say that too. When you bring stuff for the holidays, it'd be your turn to bring stuff. Whether it was a holiday or a party or whatever. If we didn't bring my mom's chocolate chip cookies, my friends would complain. Like, why did you bring those? Why didn't you bring the chocolate chip cookies? I don't know what she did. I know she talked about she would melt the butter. That was supposedly a trick. It would melt the butter, and so that the cookie would spread more. So it would be a much bigger cookie, usually a little flatter than most people's, but yeah, they were always really soft and they were really good. So Felipe, I'm telling you, if my mom sends that sampler platter, hint, hint, mom, hint, 118 North Pearl, maybe she'll include some of those chocolate chip cookies. Those are phenomenal. And those I would eat on Christmas. Those are really good. Who else we got?
Peyton Haney says classic peanut butter blossom cookies.
See, Peyton knew what I was talking about. You guys needed the picture. You couldn't figure out what a peanut blossom was. I mean, come on. Good call, Peyton.
Sarah Stalker says deviled eggs.
I don't know if that's a holiday food, but I mean, because I'll eat a deviled egg year round.
Yeah.
I love deviled eggs.
Definitely.
I see a lot of people eat them throughout the year.
And I realize, you pay a price for deviled eggs. you pay a price. That's all I'm going to say.
Is it your soul?
You eat? No. No. If you eat more than just, I'll say 2. If you eat more than 2 deviled eggs, there's going to be a price that's going to be paid.
Oh, wow.
And probably others are going to pay that price as well. I'll leave it at that. What else we got?
Janet Sullivan says peanut brittle.
You know, that was not a big thing of mine. Did you like peanut brittle?
Yeah, I like it.
Did you like it?
I've never had it.
You know, you know what it is though, right? Like the hard, it's always really hard.
It's like a sheet of crystallized peanut.
Yeah.
So I would describe
it's
it.
lots of sugar. It's got peanuts in it. You know, it's like a brown, thick, you know, when you break it up, pull up the picture.
Pull it up, Smith.
Pull up the
Yes,
picture.
sir, we got it.
You know, these youngsters don't have any idea what I'm talking about.
No life experience.
Peanut brittle.
There we
Oh,
go.
Like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yes,
I've
yes.
seen that
Look
one
at-
before.
So you know what it is. Do you like that?
I've had it once.
Okay. So I mean, so if you had it once and you loved it, you would know what it was. You would remember it. So obviously it didn't make a big impact on you. You know, so peanut brittle. Sorry, Janet, got to go with a thumbs down. Again, it's just not one of my favorites. It's okay, you know. But I mean, when there's so much, when you make, you know, like again, if we went to my family's and there were 30 choices,
Yeah.
peanut brittle is like, well, divinity would be the last pick for me. But peanut brittle will be on like bottom 3.
As we can see from the comments, there are clearly a million choices.
Exactly. There's so many of them. And again, I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating when I say that my mom used to make like 30 different kinds. I mean, she would make, you know, like those tins, those holiday tins that you buy now, they have like popcorn in them. Like holiday
yeah,
Oh,
tins.
yeah.
those are good.
Yeah. Well,
Those are really good.
she would fill those tins. Like she would have 30
Mhm.
tins, you know, full of cookies. I mean, it was like, it's a wonder I don't weigh like 400 pounds. It's just amazing. So, but they always were. They were really good. And again, there was divinity and peanut brittle were probably my last. But all the other ones I would eat. I mean, like I liked all of them a lot. I mean, a lot. What else we got?
Kevin Tinajero says, "What is caramel?"
Caramel. Yeah, he's giving me a hard time. Caramel. Caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah,
Janet,
there's an A in there.
Janet Sullivan said, "Watergate salad?" ? I'm guessing that was when I was clueless.
That could be. Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
what it's called. Watergate salad.
Perhaps so.
The
Gates.
Pistachio
that's
stuff.
the the green goop that he was talking about.
The green goose.
Yeah, the pistachio. Yeah, they call it Watergate salad. I don't know
Okay.
how it got in the name Watergate salad, but that's what they call it. So
Peyton Haney says, "Cream cheese and pepper jelly."
I got to say that was a Southern thing. I mean, I never had that until I moved south, and it is. It's really good. Have you ever had that?
Nope.
Oh, that
No.
is. It's good. Now, I mean, you can put it on a whole bunch of different stuff. I mean, like crackers is usually what it's served with. You know, like either on Ritz crackers or like club crackers or stuff like that. But that's really good. Are you still looking up pistachio?
Oh no, I seen that. She said Watergate salad, and then after my mom said pistachio, she said no mint. So I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that was. I was trying to
I don't-
figure out
I
if that
don't
was the
think-
difference.
So was yours minty?
Does pistachio have mint? I think maybe that's just the pistachio ice cream. I could be
Yeah,
totally wrong.
I
on this.
don't. I mean, I don't remember it being minty. Yeah,
Mhm.
see, yeah, Janet's saying no mint. I don't remember it being minty. It wasn't one of my favorites. I mean, it's okay. The Watergate salad, it's all right, but I don't remember it being minty.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I remember it being goopy, as you call it, but I don't remember it being minty. What else? What else do we have?
Dusty Rhodes says Kringle crinkles are good if you like red velvet.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
go. There
Yes.
you go. That's now you're speaking Jamie's language right there. That's the good stuff.
That's my go-to during the holidays is real velvet cake.
It's great. Brooklyn Nicole Peavy says white chocolate peanut butter balls. We make them all the time, or gingerbread cake.
White chocolate peanut butter balls. Brooklyn, how long does it take to make those? 3 minutes. Okay,
Wow.
so bring those tomorrow for the party.
Talk about some return on
Yeah,
investment.
Yeah, those look pretty good. I mean, I got to say, I like white chocolate and peanut butter. So that sounds really good. And gingerbread cake. I don't know if I have ever had gingerbread cake
Me neither.
that I'm aware of. I mean, I may have, but not that I'm aware of. It was never, something that I thought about. Gingerbread cookies. I mean, like those I like.
Curious
man.
now. Where you talk about
Gingerbread cake.
it. So let's find out together. Super moist gingerbread cake.
That looks
Okay.
good.
Yeah, it does. That does. That looks really good.
Oh, that looks great.
Welcome to the food show.
It really is. Okay.
Hey, by the way, before we run out of time, because we were just talking about food, blow through a couple more of those, Smith.
Rusty Rhodes says red velvet.
That's Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty, oops. Janet Sullivan says Watergate salad
Okay.
is what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's
yeah.
what she was talking about. The green goop.
Yes. Glenn Paul Roberts says that was the best caramel corn.
Yep. Mrs. Roderick.
Brooklyn Nicole Peavy says we also made frosted flakes mixed with peanut butter, sugar, and Caro syrup and dip it in red and green colored white chocolate.
Oh man,
That
and
sounds
she's
good.
got some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
that I've never heard of, but they sound really good.
Bring that to the Christmas party tomorrow, Brooklyn.
That sounds like that would take a lot longer to make though than just like 3 minutes. The white chocolate peanut butter balls or whatever that sound that, and that if it's quick and easy, we'll have Brooklyn bring that.
Janet Sullivan says pudding and cream cheese.
Yeah, that's what's in the chocolate delight.
oh,
That's
okay.
that's what I was talking about.
Mary Sullivan Moore says chocolate pudding pie.
That's what I said. Chocolate delight.
Okay.
Pumpkin bread. Yeah, see, pumpkin bread. I mean, that my mom used to make that. Pumpkin bread, zucchini bread, banana bread.
Zucchini bread and zucchini cake.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Love that stuff. I'm gaining weight as I sit here. As we just read all this stuff and think about it. The entire Muppets album with John Denver, as far as a Christmas album, it's a lot of fun. You guys, it may be before your time, but it transcends. You can still download that.
Okay.
So you can listen to it. It's really good stuff.
Glenn Paul Roberts says Trans-Siberian Orchestras, Christmas in Sarajevo.
That really, the people that are in the know call it TSO.
TSO, of course, you hipster.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, really good. Very, it's rock style. They have some ballads on there too, but I went to go see them actually do a Christmas concert. Really cool. That is a show for the whole family. I mean, they put on, it looks like a rock show as far as like all the effects and there's a lot of guitar solos and there's a lady who plays violin. That's amazing. So I mean, there's a lot of effects, so it's eye catching, so it's cool. And then of course it's all Christmas music. So there's some more, I guess, spiritual songs in there, as well as contemporary or secular or whatever. I can never figure out what the words were. How to separate the two, like non-religious and religious. I'll just say that. But it is. It's a really good show. If you ever if they actually make it where you actually go see people live again, go check out TSO. They're really good live.
Ethan Brewer said any Christmas song by Elvis.
Blue Christmas. That's got to be one of the standards. Blue
Sure.
Christmas.
Felipe Tinajero says it's hard to beat that one song by Mariah Carey at
That
Christmas
one song.
time.
Yeah, that one song you hear about 18 billion times. Yeah, the Mariah Carey song. That one's definitely a huge one for Christmas. I like the standards. I mean, I'm not against hearing some of the modern stuff. Yeah, I mean, like again, Pentatonics. That album's really good. I mean, it's really good. But yeah, I show my age. I like a lot of the old standards. Bing Crosby, White Christmas. I mean, that's classic. Just stuff like that. Elvis, Blue Christmas. Happy Holidays by I think it was Andy Williams. I mean, people that you guys have no idea who I'm talking about. That's okay. It was before my time. That's how old this is. We're talking like in the 30s and the 40s and stuff like that. So way before I was born.
Goodness.
So yeah, really old stuff. But again, it's like it always comes back around the holidays. Speaking of holidays, the beer recommendation of the week. This one, if you can find this in your area, good luck, because I've yet to find it in an actual 6-pack. You can find it in the mixed, like the Samuel Adams Winter Classics is what they call it, but it's Sam Adams. It's Holiday White Ale. So if you can find that 6-pack, grab me about 7 of those. If you can find them in this area, I'll pay for them. But it's a kind of a light, spicy. It's really smooth though. There's no bite to it at all. So it's a very smooth beer. It's 5.8 alcohol by volume, so perfect for the holidays. Doesn't want to fill you up, because you're going to be eating all this candy all these sweet treats that I've been talking about for the entire show. But go check that out if you haven't had that. That's a really good holiday treat. The Sam Adams Holiday White Ale. So Jamie, before we wrap up the show, any other shout outs? Because you might have left somebody out. You don't want to get in trouble when the show's over.
Shout out to all the ninjas.
What about your dad?
My dad?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Dad.
Might want to give Dad a little shout out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Dad.
Smith, we never really give him the opportunity. So, we'll give him an opportunity to do a little shout out to somebody that, he would like to throw something out to. That's why we never give him the opportunity. Because when you give him the opportunity, he goes,
Well, I'm fairly certain the only person who would be listening is my mom. So shout out
spread
to
the
my
word,
mom.
man. Spread the word. You can, tell your friends to watch the show. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you know me, Mr. 300 Facebook friends.
Hey, well, next week, of course, with it being Christmas, there will not be a Feel Good Friday show. We may do a little video, just something for fun that we might post, to send the well wishes. But again, for next week, a lot of people are going to be traveling around the holidays. Again, if you know somebody who's having a rough time, give them a phone call, invite them to your house, go see them at their house if you can or whatever. A lot of people struggle around the holidays. So if you're by yourself, again, reach out to somebody if they need it. If you're by yourself and you're feeling a little down, don't be proud or ashamed to reach out to get some help. Okay. Because it does get a little rough around the holidays. So again, we want to wish everybody happy holidays. If you're going to be traveling, again, make sure that you're driving carefully, wear those seat belts. And if you're going to be drinking, make sure you're not driving. Okay. You can have a good time. Just be, party smart is what we always like to, or drink responsibly, I believe is the slogan that they would start to do,
and have a designated driver.
Exactly. Have a designated driver. Jamie's or our Christmas party tomorrow, he's going to be my designated driver. Yeah. He just found out.
Oh,
So,
man.
Left-hand man. See, he's normally my right-hand man, but we put him on the wrong side.
It's
Anyway,
my fault.
thanks for listening. Thanks for listening and watching today on a Feel Good Friday. We will see you in 2 weeks. Again, as next Friday is Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you and yours. Have a very happy and safe holiday season.